A good brownie always strives for peace, especially in times of war. Ariana. So, does your brother like being pegged? Nicholas coughed into his glass behind me, his drink spraying out of his mouth and nose.
What? Where?
In his ass. I tilted my head as I stared at myself in the 3 full-length mirrors. Swaying side to side, making my wedding dress swoosh, I added, "Normally, anyway, but I guess it could go in his mouth." I winced. I don't want to know about the urethra. Though I was certain someone somewhere had tried it. Shuddering, I ran my hands down my thighs, smoothing the silky material.
No.
Nicholas coughed some more.
I know what pegging is.
His eyes refused to meet mine in the mirror.
Where did that come from?
Fabia said all fairies like being pegged. She researched all about you for her books. I've never done it, though, so if you have any pointers...
Ajax,
Nicholas hollered.
Bring over another dress.
What? Why? I asked, trying not to sound irritated. I like this one. I looked down at the god's awful dress. Dirt-colored, it bunched at my waist and sagged over my boobs. But I didn't care anymore. I was tired of trying on dresses. I was tired of being poked and prodded. I wanted to explore the castle. I wanted to find Fabia. I wanted to accidentally run into Richard and see if he had a semi. No fucking duh, Ajax answered as he came striding over with the dress in his hands. That one is hideous. He shot me a look of pity. You look like you have the chest of a man. Glancing at Nicholas, he added, and you are not picking any more.
I know my brother's tastes.
Your brother doesn't have any taste. Wearing black armor with pockets is not taste. This, he held up the dress in his hands, is taste. And oh baby, did I agree. Feather white with black and silver embroidered thorns snaking up the hems, the dress took my breath away. The bodice was made up of tiny feathers arcing from the waistline to over the breasts. I had no idea how it would possibly stay up, as there didn't seem to be any straps, but it falling down in front of Richard would be no bad thing.
It's white,
Nicholas scoffed. It's pearl. Gesturing to me, he said, Come here, love. Lifting the hem of my hideous skirt in both hands, I stepped off the dais and froze. My breath caught in my throat. My chest tightened to the point of pain. My palms grew damp, and a shrill ring sounded in my head. Holy crap, I'm getting married! To a man I don't know. A tyrant. A monster. A warmonger. Who ate children. And murdered babies. And who probably put the toilet paper on backwards. I gasped for breath. I closed my eyes.
Ariana.
What am I doing? I couldn't do this. I couldn't marry a man who was known for the massacre of entire families. He'd killed his sister. Probably his parents, too. And I was going to let him kiss me? Sleep with me? Marry me? Oh, gods, no. Hoisting my skirt high in the air, I took off on a run. The door of the suite loomed far ahead of me. Too far. I could hear Nicholas running after me. Questions were thrown into the air that I couldn't answer. I could barely hear them over the pounding in my skull. I needed to get out. I needed to escape. One foot banged into the other. My arms flew into the air. The skirt twisted around my legs. Flailing, I watched as the ground came crashing up to meet my face. Strong hands grabbed my waist. They yanked me up a split second before I busted my nose. Planting me on my feet, they spun me around. Looking at Nicholas, I gaped at him like a dying fish. I can't marry him.
The alternative is death, Ariana. You don't want that.
I shuddered. But that just drives my point home. It's between him and death? How can I marry someone like that? How did you... I swallowed as my eyes scanned the scars on his face. A coldness washed over his features.
Richie is nothing like Dorothy. If he wasn't forced into this position, he wouldn't be marrying you. But he found a way to save you. And him.
He paused.
And all of his people.